Thanks for coming.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. As I was telling you, we're doing a series of interviews with successful managers and agents who've qualified for MDRT. And the hope is to share this information with other agents now coming into the industry who have been around that could inspire them, give them some information. And so the first question I will ask you would be, how did you first get into the insurance business?
yeah. Interesting question. Why I was the least like people to become an insurance agent.
Really?
As a matter of fact, guys, I finished A levels in May,
Hmm.
and I applied to go university. I got accepted, and I supposed to um take up my position in October.
Right.
Between October and May, that was 1980.
Hmm.
I well looking for something to do until to start UE.
Okay.
Um, I was going to do a degree in industrial engineering because my background is pure math, applied maths, and physics.
Wow.
Um,
And you get
looking for
hooked up. You got hooked up in the insurance industry.
yeah, and looking for something to do. I started selling encyclopedias. Matter of
Okay.
fact, I learned to spell encyclopedia. And while selling encyclopedia, I was enjoying it. And
Uh,
a guy, we used to sell you encyclopedia, you get carrying the order and they'll verify the credit worthiness of the people. And then, you know, then you get paid for it. And so while doing that, I remember one day I went to drop in my orders and I saw this car and I admired as a Mazda RX-2. And the car was
wow.
Black Mamba. So I admiring the car and
Nice.
enjoying it with chrome rims and all kind of thing.
Nice.
And the
Nice.
owner of the car came up to me and he engaged me in a conversation. And
Mm.
after so one thing led to the other, and then and he finally said, "So have you ever considered a career in insurance sales?" And I was like, "Oh,
Wow.
wait, hell, you have to be crazy."
No
Uh,
way in hell.
uh, yeah, I blew him out. I never beg nobody to buy insurance. What do you think I look like? And I mean, but you have to understand the backdrop to that. I just
Yeah.
finished A levels.
Yeah.
I was waiting to get the results. So all the
Mm.
results had to be good. I knew I did good in this. So I didn't even have to worry. And
Mm.
he's telling me you're going to beg me to buy insurance. You mad? So I really blew away the guy big time. I mean, after I put up with it, I felt embarrassed, but I'd already blew him away. But he said something to me, and that stuck with me. He said, if ever you consider selling life insurance, two things, and where you remember that.
Right.
One, if you're good, you never have to worry about employment for the rest of your life. And
Wow.
two, you and you alone will determine your income. Uh,
Right.
Strange as it may seem, although I was 20 at the time, those are two of the things I was looking for in a career. So
Right. Yeah.
but as I said, I blow off the guy really bad, so he didn't even bother with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I decided to say, I'm interested in this. Let me find out some more. Because I analytical background, I went and I start noticing after that I noticing insurance companies. I said, but I went to school in Port I worked through here for the last couple of years. I never even noticed this insurance company. But after that conversation, I
Right.
started noticing. So I said, you know what? Why not go
Everything you
to ask
start to
them?
see.
So I
Yeah.
went to Algico at the time. And when I
Mm.
went there, they said they don't hire insurance agent here, but you have to go to one of the agencies. So I went to Telepol agency. And when I
Mm.
went there, they said, well, Telepol was the managing director of the company at the time.
Mm.
And had this an agency manager running his agency.
Right.
So when I went there, of course, I worked with my certificates and what have you, and blah, blah, blah. And I told the guy, look, I want to become an insurance agent. So the guy looked at it, he said, well, why don't you become an actuary? You understand? I said,
You want him to become an actuary?
yeah, he said, and the guy started going after me until I eventually said, listen, the truth is I was a bit arrogant, and maybe I still am, all right? I said, listen, I want to become an insurance agent. You interested in hiring me or not? And like with that, he just backed off. And he said, okay, well, we're having a training session on Monday. If you want, you could come. So bright and early before 6 the Monday, I showed up in Port of Spain and I
Wow.
went training session. And at the end of the week, they said we were insurance agents.
That's
Uh,
it.
that was the beginning of my career.
Wow.
After
Wow.
a
Wow.
year or so with Algico, I realized we weren't going in the same direction.
Okay.
So I
Right.
just, you guys are jokers. I don't have time for you.
Right.
Now, When I came in the industry, I had a plan A and a plan B. If it doesn't work out in insurance, I'll just go. And I already gotten accepted to go to university at the time. I just got to the degree. So
Right.
when and I didn't see eye to eye, I left.
Right.
When I left, I really did some soul searching. What do I really want to do?
Right. Okay.
Because I was going to university to do a degree or because I had the competence, but I didn't care to go and become no industrial engineer, in all sincerity.
Mm.
And I came out of the industry for a little while, and I did kind of sit down and decide what I want to do for a career.
Mm.
And in the meantime, I met some of my friends who used to go to the academy and study the state licensing exam. They said, I don't see you anything. What's going on with you? And I told them I was at a little crossroad. And one of the guys encouraged me to come and join Guardian.
Right.
And by that time, we were in 83. I was 22 by then. Because it's been about a year and something with Algebra.
Okay. How did you do in those years of algebra?
Oh, the thing about it, I did quite well.
You did
It was,
well.
yeah, it was tough.
Uh,
But I was not a superstar, but I did, more above average.
okay.
Because, at 20, how many people you know who really could buy insurance? Well, I really worked. You know,
Mhm.
in fact, I accomplished my first car I bought for myself during that period. So I was doing quite well.
That was like the first 2 years of the business.
Yeah, I didn't stay 2 years. I started my first day at Algico
Mm.
was April 1st, 1981. I think that was the first day. Yeah, I
Right.
almost it's the day the Sunday the Prime Minister died. I think it was the Monday because I went into my first working day. It
Right.
seems like a PNM office and everybody was sulky, like what happened? And then I didn't realize the Prime Minister that I died. And I said, okay, and I started. But I recognized one, I liked what I was doing. I enjoyed the money. It really gave me the opportunity because as I said, I bought a car,
Right.
right?
Right.
Buying your first car, well, it's a used car is like a big thing. It's freedom, it's independence, it's girls, it is. So I
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that. And so I did when I decided that, I'm coming back into insurance industry. I know what it's like. So I went to Guardian and the manager told me, well, in a year within I was around June. I remember I started first June 1983. And the
Mm.
guy string me along for a long time. Till one day I get cross with him and I give him a mouthful and tell him he's fat, so and so and so. Tell him where to get off. And the ironic thing, after I tell him where to get off, then he started chase me. I said, no, I'm no longer interested. I got. But by
Oh.
that time, my mind and then the man kept coming after me. I said, you know what? I really wanted to do this. Let me go and do it.
Yeah. Guardian.
Yeah, that's Guardian. I joined
Yeah.
Guardian on first 1983. And when
Right.
I joined, he said, in 6 months' time, you don't have 100,000. I said, see, I don't like with all the insurance, man. Although I was trying to fool people. I work for a whole year and something, I make 100,000. You telling me in 6 months I can make $100,000? But I so said, so done. In 6 months, I earned over $100,000.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
First of December, and that my decision was sealed because
At the time, that was big figures.
and that 100,000 was big money. The I decision sealed. So I done 84, so we're going into 84.
Mm.
They had a convention finishing, and then the convention started right after.
Mm.
Convention started in 84, yeah, 84 to 85 or something like that. And
Okay.
86 was the trip. And my
Nice.
first
That
time
was
traveling on a plane, going to
really
Rio de Janeiro. I qualified for my first
first
convention.
convention was Rio de Janeiro.
De
Like,
Janeiro, two
you could
weeks.
never forget that experience, right?
Listen to me, 2 weeks.
What did you do down there? Or you can't tell
Well,
me.
1 week we spent in Manaus, there in the jungle. And
Wow.
the meeting at the water where the Rio Negro and the Amazon River meet. And the two
Mhm.
waters, that was one of the high point for me. The two waters just don't mix. And
Right.
they took it to a tour there. But the real high point is going from the jungle after spending a week in Manaus and experiencing the history and the culture. Then to go to Rio de
Nice.
Janeiro. Oh,
Nice.
God. I'm not
Nice.
about that time at 25, I ain't turned 26 yet. A young, having a
Yeah.
blast.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And
But,
then
but, but, but let me interrupt you here. I hear about a lot of the successes you had, conventions and so on, right? But
Yeah.
question wise, you never had a time in your career though that you found it difficult. It wasn't as easy as normal. You know, it wasn't going as good as you wanted it to go. You felt like you were failing.
Well, like most people, when you come in, when you know come in.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, remember, I came out of school. My friends and I'm now looking to still go in university. I have no friends to go back to. I have no market. So I was least likely to succeed. When I go to my friends, I'm like, how you get involved in this thing, boy? You understand? And that
Yeah,
kind of reaction, you know.
yeah,
My classmates, they went on to university. They went into, some who didn't become air traffic controllers. So I had to carve a market for myself from the get-go.
right.
So the
So
get-go,
what
it
was
was.
that market? What was that market?
So I decided, maybe because I was academically oriented, I decided I'm going to start talk to teachers. So I
Uh,
started to all the teachers. I started map out because after that first couple of weeks, you really know nobody. Who you going to talk to? You're 20.
right.
It's like you can say, I gotta go back by this job, go by that job, go by the other job. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go and I map out all the teachers, all the primary schools, the secondary schools, I go and talk to them. And
Right. Yeah.
I went in and I started talking to them, and what happened was maybe it was luck, maybe it was fate. I went
Mm-hmm.
to a school with a double shift, and I
Mm-hmm.
spoke to the principal. And I said I'd like the opportunity to meet with a couple of your teachers. I like them. Yes, spend about. He was a bit apprehensive, about 10 minutes. For whatever reason, he said, "Okay, fine, but don't disturb my school." So I did, and I actually counted. When it was about 10 minutes, I went back to him and I tell him, "Thank you, I really appreciate it." Blah 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 blah. And if it's possible, I could come back another time. He said, "Okay." And after that, every week I would go there and spend 10 minutes.
At the
All
school.
right? Yeah,
At
the
that.
school. Yeah.
So typically when you were in that market, how much teachers a day you would speak to?
Well, what I did, I target all the school on a route. So in a day, I would hit like about 20, 30 schools. What I could do is spend 10 minutes. I don't want much. Because I don't want to disrupt the school. I just want to
Mm-hmm.
make
Let
my
your face be
presence.
seen.
Let the face be seen. So sometimes all I talk to is one person in the school, and I will walk around the school, walk through the class because they're primary school, a secondary school. So you go to the staff room, everybody's seeing him. But because what I observed, they were very claddish. So after a while, just seeing my presence, they start accepting me, and I start getting another appointment, a one-on-one appointment. And my goal was just to talk to one teacher. Hi, I'm Lenox Barrow. I'd like to meet you someday, have a conversation with you, blah, blah, blah. And after a while, it started. And then one day out of the blues that I went to, and like I said, and when I go out, I always go to the principal, ask for a few minutes, and go back to the principal and let him know I'm leaving.
Right.
Because apparently, some of the agents, they're going to school and they want to spend an hour, 2 hours. They're disrupting the school, they're disrupting the teacher. That's
Got it.
crazy.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
understand?
yeah.
And
Understood.
the school supervisor shows up and you disrupting the children. So my goal is just 10 minutes. So how many schools I had to hit in one morning. All right.
Agreed.
And that's what I
Agreed.
did. After a while, one day everybody school, the same school, the shift school, I went, the principal said, I would like you to talk to a group of teachers and have a little, presentation with them. I'm like, what?
Ah, ah,
I said,
yeah.
okay. I mean,
Breakthrough,
I was
breakthrough.
scared, wait, but game on. I said, you had to show up. And that was the breakthrough. And after that, and the teachers start moving out. But then, because teachers, they move around.
Yeah, yeah,
After a
yeah,
while, it's like, you build up good clientele of teachers.
yeah, yeah.
Started coming. And then there was a guy who worked with us, he had left. And he had a good clientele. He was a full man. Uh, he had a very good clientele, university lecturers and things like that. I took over his portfolio. Uh,
Okay,
I got a chance to now interact with a better group in terms of income and what have you. And
okay.
that propelled me. And then, and I recognize, every time you get one of these lecturers, when they card, they always look at you to see if you're lettered. And I say, you see that? Maybe, that's important to them. So if you, and that started the academic part of my journey.
Right, right.
And they on just
So,
kept.
so you did like what, FLMI?
Yeah, I did, but I mean, I did the FLMI, I did the ACS, the AIA, I did the CLU.
CI?
Um,
Uh-huh.
then I said, you know what? I want a general education because
Mm,
this is insurance. And that's why I decided to do an MBA.
right.
I went to one of the better business schools in Europe, and plus me, I'm on a leg.
While being in the insurance industry, huh?
Yeah. My whole career, because again,
Yeah.
I had an academic. I said, the biggest obstacle I had, maybe I didn't tell you that when I told my mother not going to go university. Oh my God, that
What did she do?
listen to me. That was the most was a setback because I think years after I've come to appreciate it. So here it is, this woman, her dream is for a child to go to university. He comes home and brings the letter, hey, mommy, I get accepted to go to university. She has paid and everything. And then you wake up one morning and say, yeah, what? I'm not going to university again. I go and sell insurance.
Oh man, listen, I got a similar thing, man. My mother cried.
Yeah. Well, you get my point. My mother say if I know you
Yeah,
wanted to beg people to buy insurance, and I never waste my money to send you to school. You
yeah,
understand? Yes,
yeah,
every day I would get some of that. And when I first started, I didn't make sales right away. And I'm man on foot, on no
yeah,
car.
yeah,
And every issue. And then one day I said, listen, you send me to school not to get a job. You send me to school to learn to think.
yeah.
I decide, this is what I want to do because if I do what you want me to do, I'm going to take one job. All I can look forward to is a pension and a salary.
Correct,
That's what I want in life.
correct. Listen,
That she backed off a little bit.
listen. I already took out your 15 minutes.
Yeah,
We already into 16 minutes, but I want to ask you two questions.
sure.
Right. So the first question, right? What skill set you would say an agent should have in order to be successful? One skill. One skill that an agent should work at to make themselves successful in this business.
You have to be persuasive.
Okay.
Right? You have to be persuasive. But I feel it's more than skills. You see, a commitment,
Okay.
unwavering commitment in terms of what it is you want. I
Right.
could have easily, when it got tough, just jump out of insurance and gone finish 3 years going to university without mean nothing for me, and I literally guaranteed a job for the rest of my life. But I knew what I wanted. I wanted performance-related pay. If I perform, pay me. If I don't perform, don't pay me. And I really had a real problem with somebody taking a rate sheet and say, because you have a tertiary or education or A levels or O levels, this is what you are worth. Because your salary is really a reflection of what you're worth,
Right.
organization. And if you, I have a real problem. Even today, I have a problem with that. So it's about how passionate about, the person is about
So
what they.
you feel this is something that an agent could develop their own commitment?
You had to come with that. You understand? You had to want something. You had to have a why. Your why must be so big and burning. I think
Yeah.
managers, I had a good year for recruiting so far. And I think I'm clear in my mind. I'm not looking to create no agent. I'm
Right.
looking for who have a why. Where's your why? What is the thing that will get you up every morning?
Right.
Right?
Right.
If you have a why and that why is real and that why is passionate, you understand? I want to talk to you.
Right.
But if you
Right.
just go for a walk and you come down mind me, you frustrate yourself and frustrate me. I'm not interested in that. Who is your why? Why you want to come into insurance? I'm after
Yeah.
I say this dog work. Nobody want to do this, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's high, well paid, but why do you want to come here? If I can't get strong enough, why? I walking away.
You're walking.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Second thing I look for, and I tell you, in terms of an agent must have, show me what you have overcome. You understand? If you have not overcome hurdles or obstacles to become a success,
Yeah.
it ain't
Right.
happening.
Right.
You understand? Because this job gonna slap you down, gonna knock you down, and if you're not strong, you're gonna stay down.
That's right. Got you.
Right?
Got you.
It's not just about lasting or surviving. You want to try. You want to make
That's
money.
right. Yeah.
Understand? You want to help people. You want to go convention. I mean, I missed one convention in that time I talking about. You
Right.
understand?
Yeah.
Maybe I
So
didn't want bad
MDRT convention, what
yeah,
works?
but you don't want it, and you gotta be passionate about it. You
Yeah.
can't be just going through the motion. You understand? And,
Yeah.
you know, and everything you do in life, if you're not passionate about it, forget it.
Yes.
You understand? When you're passionate, you bring everything to the game. You bring you 100%.
That's
So
right.
I don't know if that's skill set, but
Mm.
I respect for people who have overcome something. You
Right.
understand?
Right.
So when I find somebody who are overcomer, who
Mhm.
hey, you understand, hey, you know what? It will get tough.
Right. Right.
But
So
what do I? You know, that's what I
yeah.
look for.
Okay.
And like I
So
said,
one more question for you. You have can you recommend a book or a resource that you would send the agent to improve themselves?
yeah, man. Matter of fact, when I do my orientation, there are a few books you have to read. Right? If not read the book, the seven
Give me
habits
three.
of the seven
Okay.
habits of highly effective people.
Good one.
Matter of fact, we go through that when we go through orientation. Second
Yeah.
one is, who move my cheese? You understand?
My cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, move my cheese because change is constant. You understand?
Yeah.
All right? You must read that. And then I have a series of others like Where Winners Live. You
Where
understand?
winners live. This by
Where
who?
Winners Live. Yeah, right? Um, a book that I read that was my constant comment by Ogmandino, the greatest salesman.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah, a matter of fact, I met him as well when he came to Trinidad. You
You met
understand?
him. You met
Yeah,
Og.
yeah. Ogmandino came to Trinidad. Yeah, I remember the
Yeah.
woman who brought him. Right, and I mean, but the person who had one of the greatest impact on my life was Dennis Kimbrough. Think and Grow Rich, a
Dennis
Black Choice.
Kimbrough. Oh man.
I met him as well.
Him though.
Yeah,
Him though. You met
Kimbrough.
him.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Wow.
I did not. If I tell you I had lunch with him, now I'll be lying. He ended up on the same table where I
Yeah.
was. We got a chance to talk. And
Yeah.
I said he had now just graduated and he think, and I remember his speech up today, what makes the great great? You
Oh,
understand?
wow.
And that
Wow.
just thinking, but he has had the greatest as an author, I think he has had the greatest impact on me.
You. Wow.
What makes the great great? And when he asked Mae Jameson, what makes the great great? Mae Jameson is the first black woman to go out to space.
Yeah.
Right? And he
Yeah.
asked her, what makes the great great? She said, life is God's gift to you. What you do with that life is your gift to God.
Yeah.
What
Wow.
makes great great, and it gives you a whole lot. What
Yeah.
makes great, and life is full of thorns, it's full of thistles.
It
So what
is.
he went around crisscrossing America and interviewing all the black successful people and asked them what
Yeah.
made them
Dennis
great.
Kimbrough. Yeah.
Dennis Kimbrough, and he's still producing stuff, and he's a powerhouse. So those and like I said, I met, I don't want to say like I met him. He happened to be a keynote speaker. They didn't make provision for him. I had a little boy at the last table at the back of the room, so he came to the back of the room to have lunch. And as fate
Right.
would have ended up on the same table I sit at.
Wow. 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 Wow.
So we got a chance now. So after he didn't speak there, we got a chance to sit down and talk. And I read all his books.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Dennis
Fantastic.
Kim is a must reading.
Yeah.
Ogman is a must reading.
Yeah.
Puppy, must reading.
Movie.
All right.
Yes.
Who Moved My Cheese? Simple Favor.
Very.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Well, any one of them, you have to read them before if you're wrong. If you can't read
Yeah.
one or somebody, I recommend it. It's up to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Lennox, I just want to thank you for the time you took, man.
it's a
You
pleasure.
actually give me 25 minutes. I asked you for 15.
It's a
You
pleasure.
give me more than you're going the extra mile.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Anything, if
ladies
it
and
could be of
gentlemen,
value to you. Yeah, yeah.
this this guy, Mr. Lenox Barrow, branch manager in Guardian, and he has been a success for all of these years. And we hope that some of the things that we have discussed here tonight could be of assistance to you.
Yeah.
Again, Lennox, thanks, man.
One thing I want to
And
just
one more
mention.
thing. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. One of the key aspects of my success,
Mhm.
Dave, is you have to be successful, but do it in an honest, ethical, and professional manner.
Right.
I see too many people, they cut corners and they crash along the way.
Right.
And not it's my heart to see agents, doing craziness. This is my career.
It's true.
And if your career, you're going to build it. You're going to do the studies. You're going to treat people. You're going to really put in the proper infrastructure. You're building something built to last. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Jim Collins in his book talk about built to last. In our career, built to last. If you're building anything to last, it must have a proper foundation. Do
True.
not do anything crazy or dishonest. So treat prospects like your brothers and sisters, and you will be a success. Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
David, it's been a pleasure chatting with you. You know, I
And
hope it
thanks. Awesome,
adds
man.
some value.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
okay, buddy, give my
Have
buddy a heel out
yeah.
for me. All
Yeah, I
right,
will.
take care.
All
All
right.
right,
Take care, man.
yeah,
All
have
right.
a good one.
You too.